process of refining silver requires the silversmith to hold the precious metal in a hot fire to burn away impurities. If the silver is left in the flame even a moment too long, it is destroyed. Similarly, the poorly equipped citizen soldiers that secured our nation's freedom underwent a comparable galvanizing experience that fortified their resolve. Today, many thousands of visitors travel to the site where Washington's struggling soldiers suffered during that miserable, deadly winter of 1777-1778. However, the real tragedy of Valley Forge wasn't caused by the bitter cold weather. Rather, the unfortunate root cause of the struggle was politics and selfish greed. Politically, because of a weak Congress that lacked the power to compel the states to send assistance, men froze and starved. Selfish greed motivated nearby farmers to sell their grain surplus to New England civilians and British soldiers at inflated prices rather than help their own army. Merchants in Boston wouldn't provide clothing without handsome profits. For Washington, it was hard to see his brave soldiers suffer and die by the hundreds while Americans living just miles away lay in their warm beds and had more than enough food. This was a period of great testing for the young nation, its citizens, the soldiers, the Congress, and Washington. They were in the midst of trying to throw off the yoke of tyranny, but at what cost? It was a time when each got to see what he was made of. Some failed the test, while others held firm to their integrity and honor as they continued on in the cause of securing their American liberty. About 3,000 soldiers deserted and went home. Around 2,000 froze to death or died of starvation and disease. Some 200 officers resigned their commissions. Many soldiers, unable to endure any longer, actually joined the British just to have something to eat. Even Congress passed the buck, authorizing Washington to go into the neighboring communities and take food by force. He was reluctant to take this desperate measure, but these were certainly desperate times. In March of that year, an amazing thing occurred. In their darkest hour, when food was almost gone and dozens were dying every day from starvation, the Schuylkill River suddenly started to boil. Hundreds of thousands of fat, spawning shad were making their annual migration run right through the camp. Using nets and anything else they could find, the soldiers caught and salted down tons of fish, enough to keep the starving army alive. A special refining took place that winter. Men gained a more profound understanding of the cause they were engaged in and recognized the sustaining power from above. This was also a period of self-discovery. They saw things about themselves that needed changing. But were they willing to make those changes?